the bottom. Ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
What is the deal, people? It is your boy Marley Betts, and this is Brothers and Bets NBA Finals. And of course, I got the homie. He had some time today, Mr. LJ from Houston. What up, dog? What you got going?
What's going on, Martin? Appreciate you for having me on again, sir. Just wanted to tap in with you today, man. Had an off day, so why not talk some NBA Finals? Because today will be the last game we have, sir.
Yeah. A lot of people are saying that. I'm one of them. I believe it too. Since you already said that, let's go ahead. Goddamn it, jump right into it. Well, I always do this. Full disclosure before we do that. Overall playoff record is sitting at 63, 45, and 4. We got a push on our last time out on our first quarter bet. And I didn't make the full game bet because I was watching that game. There was no chance that we're going to come back in the second half. So stayed off the full game, only make the first quarter bet. SBO, my God, was good. Brother, we looking bad. Yeah, we are, SBO. We are looking bad. I think we are. I think we done today, SBO. Sorry, y'all, that watermelon was juicy. I think we done today, SBO. I think this is what I was gonna tell LJ. We were kind of talking about it before we went live, but I stopped myself. I wanted to talk about it here. And this is what I was gonna say, LJ. They just don't got enough, man. At the end of the day, the Nuggets are not only are they the more talented team, they're the better team. And I think this is the main point I was going to make. I don't know if he helps them win, right? But missing Tyler Hero is huge this series. He's 20 points a game. I think it's more than 20, but at least 20 points a game. And not only is he 20 points a game, he's the only one outside of Jimmy Butler. And I actually think he does this better than Jimmy Butler. He's the only one that created his own shot. Like, he has a better handle than Jimmy Butler does. He's more creative one-on-one, and he's a better shooter than Jimmy is. So I don't know if he helps them win the series necessarily, but I think he gives them another game. I think we have a more competitive. Because Miami goes on these lulls where they just don't score. You know, sometimes they just need a basket, and they don't have nobody. I mean, let's be honest. As good as Jimmy is, and as much as I respect our love for Jimmy is going to either pull up at the free throw line or around that area, or he's going to drive in, pump fake once or twice, and go for a layup. That's all Jimmy does, and he does it effectively. But Tyler can pull up 3-point mid-range. He can go by you. He can cross you up. He dribble handoff, pick and roll. Like, offensively, he's skilled, and they missed that. You know, I think that can come back Murray a little bit with the points. Now, you don't have to depend on Jimmy Butler. They need Jimmy Butler to get him like 30 down there. You know what I'm saying? That's not his game. He's capable of doing it sometimes, but that's just not who he is. So they need another scorer in Miami. That's ultimately why I think they're done. There is no answer for Jokic at the end of the day. Bam's been doing a great job too. It's just, I mean, Jokic is a 7-foot point guard essentially. You know, handles not as you know, he don't handle it as much as efficiently as a point guard because he's tall and slow, but he's not going against other point guards. He's going against centers. So effectively, he can shoot it all 3 levels. He can back you down, fucking pass the ball. Like, I mean, it's no answer for Jokic. So I'm right there with you. I'm not taking a full game though, LJ. At least I haven't made a play on it. I made a play on the first quarter, -3. I just think it's the best number that we can get. I was gonna do first half -5. I like the 3. I expect that crowd to come out fucking just rocking. This is their first championship if they win it in Denver. So, and they're on the cuffs right now. That crowd is going to be just extremely what's the word I'm looking for? The hoodoo will be in the building tonight. And I just think it's too much Nuggets, man. The only chance that he had, and you brought this up the last show we did, they gotta hit threes. If they're not making 15 to 23s, probably they lose. I think they only made 8 in the last game. So if they're not hitting their threes, They don't got a shot. Um, Obviously, I've been on the Heat bandwagon, so I kind of want them to win the game. But basketball analysis and the sports better in me tells me I should take the Nuggets first quarter minus the 3. So I did that, and the Nuggets are just the better team at the end of the day. So I got the Nuggets minus 3, and that's where I'm at right now with that. LJ, take it away.
Yeah, man. The reason why I stayed off the first quarter because Miami may try to push. You know what I'm saying? The first quarter,
Right,
try to get out early because they know this could be their season. So,
right.
but I
Makes
am on
sense.
the first half. I'm on the -5. I don't think the number's too big. I have Denver 56 first half. I have Heat capped at 48. So that's a +8 point differential. And they've won every first half in the series. They're 4-0 against the
Yeah,
spread in the first half. They're 9-3 against the spread in the first half at home in the playoffs. So I'm just going to continue to keep doing what's been working, man. And I'm going to stay off the full game as well. I think the 8.5 is a little bit too high.
right,
Not to say Denver can win the game or at least cover, but it would have to be a perfect game for Denver to blow them out like that as well. Because I don't believe Miami just go lay down and let them
right.
just embarrass them like that.
I agree.
So that's why I'm gonna stay off the full game. But interesting note: if you're watching the game live and you're betting it live, I would recommend taking Denver out of halftime third quarter because they are
Yeah,
6-1 in their last 7 third quarters.
yeah. They be killing the
So
third. They be killing. They smashed them last third quarter. What up, Nate? I see you, big dog. Nate, my guy,
another
patented
second
second
quarter
quarter bet. If
that
it ain't
correlates with
broke,
my first half.
don't fix it.
So yeah, I agree 100%, man. It's gonna be hard for Miami to get to 100 points. They've scored under 100 points 3 out of the 4 games in the series. So I just, maybe Tyler. They say Tyler Hero's questionable, and you just mentioned that is 20 points you're missing from your lineup. But not to say he gonna come in and get you 20, but this may be the last game of the season, so why not throw him out there?
Right.
Maybe he can be a spark. Who knows? Whatever card you have now, Spoelstra, you're gonna have to pull
Gotta
it
play them right.
because this could potentially be the last game of your season. So, but that's my play first half -5.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And then with Tyler Hero, I don't think he's ready to play. I think it's just more of what you said. Like it's the last game of the finals. You're gonna miss the whole final. I'm sure he's begging to play,
Mm-hmm.
regardless if he's healthy or not. And from Spo's point of view, it's like, yeah, go ahead. I want you to experience this. And if you can be a spark off the bench, what do we got to lose? Nothing else has been working other than game 2. And to be honest with you, they just hit a bunch of threes. It's not like there was something necessarily that, I mean, yeah, he put Kevin Love in the starting line. He made some adjustments, but at the end of the day, they just made their threes, and they haven't been making their threes since. And the Nuggets, man, if you look at their lineup and their team, they are fucking balanced. They're long, they're tall, they play defense. They got 2 stars, they got a big and a little. They're role players, accept their roles. They know their roles. They don't try to be Aaron Gordon, not trying to be a superstar, KCP not trying to be a superstar. Like everybody plays their role. Everybody knows Jokic is the guy and Murray is the closer. In my opinion, Jokic is the guy, but Murray is the closer. That's kind of how I look at their team structure. And they're all young. And it's like watching that game 4, I was like, damn, they doing a good job on Jokic. They're doing a good job on Murray. But then Aaron Gordon come and give you 20, 25. Like it's almost nothing you can do at that point in the game. You know what I'm saying? And so I just think they're the better team at the end of the day. Nate, we about to get on that soon. Nate posting some shit. First half as well. So yeah, that's what LJ is on. I guess I'm the only one on the first quarter. I just think that wave gonna be a little bit much for them. I agree with you. I mean, if they're gonna fight any quarter coming out the gates before we even know if the game's close or not, it's gonna be the first quarter. You're gonna get the Heat's best punch. So I do agree with that. LJ, look at these before we jump into the props. He's got Murray assists over. Yeah, because he's been getting 10 assists the last 3 or 4 games, maybe all games this finals, at least 3 of them. Joker rebounds over. I like it. Nuggets under teaser. You like the under? Yeah, I mean the game should slow down technically. 109 is close, Nate. I don't know. I stayed off the total. All right, so LJ's on the first half, minus the 5. I'm on the first quarter, minus the 3. I might double back and take the first half. I kind of like what LJ was saying. Nate's on it too. Might as well make it a trifecta and put me down. I like the 5. I was hesitant, but I really like that 3 too. We're talking props, LJ.
Hey, man. Nasty Nate said it already. Jokic, over 12 and a half rebounds, minus 130. He's hit this number 8 out of 10 home playoff games, and he's averaging 13 and a half rebounds in the series. So I don't see why that won't cash tonight. And I'm going to take the triple double. I just saw it before we come on the show at plus 100. I think they're trying to just give us money tonight because I see Jokic winning it, finals MVP, of course. And why not go out the way he usually goes out with a triple double? I mean, he has 11 of them, I believe, so far in the playoffs. Well, last whatever games they 10,
I
12
know
games,
he's
some
tied for the most
18.
ever.
Yeah, I think it's 11 triple doubles in the last 18 games, is what I think it is. I'm not sure, but hey, I believe he will be close to it, if not cash it. So I'm going to take a shot on that plus 100 because tonight, like I said, it's going to be the last night. So we might as well get the money while we can. And last one, I'm going to go on to the other side. Let's take Bam. Over 3.5 assists, minus 117. He's hit this number 8 out of 12 road playoff games, and he's averaging 4 assists on the series. So, he's like the last line of defense. When the ball swings his way, he's usually going to either probably pump fake to try to get the man in the air, but he'll pass it to get a better shot. So I think he'll make enough passes tonight after double team, in rotation to get some players some open shots. So hopefully that cash. But my strongest one, of course, is Jokic. Over 12 and a half rebounds. That's my strongest prop bet of the night. And a triple double. Both of them. Because I think he will raise the trophy tonight and get that finals MVP.
Props. I don't even what the fuck did Jokic did. Oh, over 12 and a half rebound? Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I like that. I'm taking that.
It's still minus 130?
136.
Oh, okay. Well, it's worth it.
I ain't mad at it. I got it. I ain't mad at it. Murray over 8.5 assists. I am taking that too.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's the reason why it's 8.5. He's had double digits. I think it should be at 9.5. Yeah, I think it should be at 9.5. Because he may look to score tonight, put him out, put him to sleep. So, but we'll see how the ball falls and rotates. But
we shall. That we shall. All right. How about? Hold on. I'm trying to put this prop in really fast. All right. Confirm. All right. Let's jump over to some baseball. Got a couple baseball games. The baseball show will start on Wednesday, people. Going forward, I expect it to not be any more NBA games, but maybe we get one more. I doubt it. But me and LJ got a couple games. We're going to break down for you guys. Well, LJ's going to break them down. I'm kind of following his lead. I haven't jumped into it all that well, so most of my bets are kind of going off of feel and kind of half-ass keeping up with shit. But I don't have a play on this one. We'll start with this one. This is all LJ. We're talking about the Rays and the A's. Kind of got a feeling where he's going. At least I think so. Run line for the Rays are at minus 1.5, minus 160. Money line is whopping minus 255. A's run line plus 1.5, plus 140. The money line for the A's is at 227. The total is 8.5. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get to these actual factuals really fast. On the mound today, well, we got Eflin on the mound today, I think.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
Let me get to it. Yeah, I didn't cap this game, but I thought I saw Eflin's name. I'm like,
I'm on him.
Yeah, what is he like? 7-1? Where the fuck is my baseball stuff at? Give me 1 second. Gotta flip tabs and do all this shit. The A's are like the worst team in fucking baseball.
Dim in the roll.
All right. Yeah. Zach Eflin, he is, what is he? 8-1. What is it? 2.97 ERA. And we got Caprillion James on the mound for the A's. He is 1-6 with a 7.21 ERA. And a couple actual factuals really quick, and I'll let LJ take it away. The game's about to jump off in like 3 hours. Tampa, they are 8-1 straight up in the last 9 games. 6-0 straight up in the last game. 6 games against Oakland. 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games when playing on the road against Oakland, and 10-2 straight up in the last 12 games against an opponent from the American League. The totals have gone under in 9 of their last 13 games and under in 7 of their last 8 road games. The A's 5-0 straight up in their last 5 games. 5-15 straight up in the last 20 games at home. 1-4 straight up in the last 5 games when playing at home against Tampa. And their totals have went over in 6 of the last 7 against Tampa, but under in 7 of the last 10 against an opponent from the American League. LJ, take us away. I believe you've already told us you're going with Eflin.
Yes, of course, sir. Major disadvantage in this game. Hold on, let me get to it. Oh, it's not on there anymore. Tampa Bay. Okay, never mind. But definitely go with the Rays. But we had to figure out how he's going to play them because
I know you're not on that money line.
Yeah, it's just too much. You know what I'm saying? So this is how I broke it down. Oakland is coming back off a 9-game road trip, coming back home, and they have the worst home record in the major leagues. They're 7-24. But they have won 5 in a row, and that was all on the road. So now I believe that they're going to come back and digress because we just mentioned they're a horrible road team. Home team. They are 19 losses to the run line as a home dog. They have 18 losses at home to the first 5. And they're only 1-9 versus the American League East this year. Now, you have the best team coming into your stadium tonight, probably, arguably, besides the Rangers, it's the Rays.
Right.
15-9 to the run line as a road favorite. 19-5-4 in their last 28 games to the first 5 money line. Oh, let me break it down smaller. 8-1-1 in their last 10 to the first 5 money lines. So that's going to be too much of a juice for me for the first 5 money lines. So I just jumped on the run line -1.5. I had to take the -160. I think it's worth it. Because, it's a lot of juice in baseball. Unless you parlay it with another team that you feel that could win. But for show purposes, I'm going to go on and just put it on there. Rays -1.5, -160. They're averaging 5 runs, on the season. 51 runs in their last 10 games. So that's an average of 5 runs. So Oakland, like I said, man, they're coming back home. They're a horrible home team. And I believe that we will take advantage of them coming off a 9-game road trip. So that's how we plan to raise tonight. And of course, I'm taking Eflin over 5.5 strikeouts. Let me see what I got that at. -110, I believe. I think it was -110, -115. So Eflin over 5.5 strikeouts, -115. And I also took Eflin to get 5+ Ks and the Rays to win at like +110 or something like that. So,
I kind of like that. I like that.
Yeah, those are my plays like that. I took the strikeout down. Yeah, I took the strikeout down and just added the win.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That I like. I don't, because I can't pay the juice, obviously, for the money line. That's just not a line. But then I feel like I'm giving up 1.5. I know they're the worst team in baseball, but I don't want to pay 160 if I'm giving up 1.5. But I do like the win combined with the strikeout prop. His last outing he had 9? I think
9. Yep.
9. Before that, I think it was 5. I just had this sheet. Yeah. So he had 9-5. Then oddly he had a 0 against Toronto, but then he backdoored before that with an 8 and a 9.
Mm-hmm.
So you only got him to get 5, right?
With the win, and then I took
his
the
last
5.5.
He's gotten it.
Yeah.
5.5. So 6 with the six,
No.
6 strikeouts.
It's 5. It's 5 with the win, but then I raised it to 5.5 straight up bet.
Got you. That makes sense. Okay. All right. I see what you did there. I like that. I like that angle a whole lot better. Might need to go look at that strikeout prop. I like that. Okay, LJ, I like that. I might write that one down. Let's keep it on moving. Now we both have plays on these next two games. I don't know your play, but I know your play on this one. I think we're probably together. Angels
Mm-hmm.
taking on the the Rangers. Who I think is the best team in baseball right now. Might be top five. Angels run line +1.5 is at -145. The money line is at +139. Rangers run line -1.5 is at +125, and the money line is at 149 with a total of 9.5. On the mound today, we have my boy Dunning. Why don't I know Dunning's first name? Um, don't know. Dunning, 5-1, 2.52 ERA. 1-2 though over his last three starts. Well, one win, one loss, and a no decision. He went at least 5 innings in each of his last three starts. We got Anderson on the mound for the Angels. He's 2-1 over his last three, 3-1 overall with a 5.62 ERA. 2-1 overall, win at least 4 innings, 5 innings last game, 4 before that, 6 before that, 4 ERA, 6 ERA, and 1 ERA in that order in those games. A couple actual factuals, really fast. Angels 6-1 straight up in their last 7 games. 4-2 straight up in the last 6 games against Texas. 4-8 straight up in their last 12 games against an opponent in the American League West Division. The total has gone over in 6 of their last 8 road games, over in 6 of the last 7 games when playing on the road against Texas. The Rangers, 12-5 straight up in their last 17 games, 8-1 straight up in the last 9 games at home. And their totals have gone over in 4 of the last 5, over in 6 of the last 7 against the Angels when at the crib, and over in 5 of the last 5 against an opponent from the American League. Now, LJ kind of touched on this a little bit when he was talking about one of the better teams in baseball. This is who I think they're top 3. I said 5 earlier. Top 3. The pitching and the hitting, I mean, they're batting like 370 or 270? 270 as a club. Between Dunning, Perez, and who am I leaving out, LJ? There's one more pitcher.
Nathan Eovaldi. That's their ace.
He just picked.
Yes.
Yeah. Between those 3 and the way these guys are swinging the bats right now, I'm all over the Rangers here. Don't really get them at the Angels have been playing some pretty good baseball as of late. Adolis Garcia has just been lights out though. For the Rangers, batting .266, 15 homers, 54 RBIs. So, and they're at the crib. Although, they've only won 2 out of the 5, and the Angels have won 4 out of their last 5. But keep in mind that their last series was against the Rays, who LJ thinks is one of the best teams in baseball. So we got to keep that in mind. This team is 21-9 at the crib. The Angels are 16-17, one game below 500 on the road. So give me the Rangers. I'll eat that money line at 140, -149. Love it.
Couldn't agree with you more, sir. Just to throw some more stats out there that'll sway us to these Rangers. First of all, they've won the last 5 games at home versus a left-hand pitcher. Number 1. Number 2, you just mentioned they're 16-6 as a home favorite, hitting 72%. They're 14-8 to the run line as a home favorite. Oh, not to mention they're coming off a loss, which they're 15-7, which is second in the MLB. And the run line off a loss, 16-6, 14-5 in the division. So I ain't mad at that Rangers money line. I didn't take it because the stats swayed me to another play. They're facing Tyler Anderson today, and he has a 5.62 ERA. He's allowed 10 runs in his last 2 starts, and the Rangers are 16-4 versus starting pitching over 5 ERA. Now, the way I'm gonna play it is over. I'm taking the first 5 over, 5.5 -105. because the Rangers are 21-8-1 to the over first five at home. And I'm taking the full game over as well, over 9.5, minus 120, because the last 10 home games that the Rangers have played versus the Angels, they have gone over. And
Yeah.
the last 21 games overall that these two teams have played, the over has hit 18 out of those 21 games. So, like I said, Tyler Anderson, he has a bad history with this team. They're going to hit him up today. And I have one pitcher prop, hitter prop today. Best one of the day. Jump on it. I'm telling you right now, Corey Seager of the Rangers. He's just hitting the man. He's a monster, just hitting the ball out the park. And he's batting 381 versus Tyler Anderson for his career, batting 362 versus left-hand pitching on the season. So they got his over 1.5 bases at plus 102. And this man has had one plus hits 20 out of his last 25 games. He's number one at over 1.5 bases at home in the major leagues, averaging 2.5. And he has not had a back-to-back no-hit game for the whole season, bro. So Corey Seager's hot right now. You know, Trevor Simeon has been balling too on the Rangers as well, but he kind of went off his hitting streak. So I'm gonna jump on his counterpart that comes from behind him because he bats behind Simeon second in the order. So Corey Seager over 1.5 bases plus 102. Best baseball prop bet of the day, sir.
All right, I like it. I might have to go jump on that one myself. I haven't jumped into baseball props at all yet. Like, I don't know if I've ever made one period yet. Honestly. All right, man. Last game that we're gonna get into before we get out of here. I thought I was gonna be the only one on this one today, but guess I'm not. I think I know where you're at. I think we both are on the same. I'll let you take this one. Let me bust down a couple of these actual factuals and whatnot. We're talking about the Cincinnati Reds going into Kansas City. The run line for the Royals, excuse me. Yeah, Kansas City Royals. The Royals run line plus 1.5 is at plus 170. The money line is at minus 108. The run line for the Reds, oh yeah, that's wrong. Should be minus. The Royals should be minus 1.5, not plus 1.5. Excuse me. The Reds run line plus 1.5 is at minus 200. The money line for the Reds is at 102. And the total for the game is at 8.5. On the mound today for the Royals, we have Zach Greinke. I don't think he's been the same since he left Houston, honestly. And or at least that's the last I remember him being good. We have he's 1-6 with a 4.59 ERA, and we got Weaver on the mound for the Reds, 1-2 with a 6.27 ERA. Last three starts for Weaver, he's 2-1 in those three starts. Went at least only went 3 innings in the last one, 5 in before that, and 6 before that. Greinke, he is no better. He has 1 loss and 2 no decisions in his last 3 starts. This game is going to be definitely not a pitcher's duel, where we're not looking at. The Reds, a couple actual factuals. 5-2 straight up in their last 7 games. 7-13 straight up in the last 20 games against Kansas City. 2-5 straight up in the last 7 games against an opponent in the American League. Their totals have gone under in 6 of the last 7 when playing on the road against the Royals, but over in 8 of their last 10 road games and over in 4 of their last 6 games. The Royals, they're 0-6 in the last 6 games straight up. I think they're coming off 2 sweeps, if I'm not mistaken, being swept. 2-5 straight up in the last 7 games at home. 1-6 straight up in the last 7 games against an opponent in the National League. The totals have gone under in 4 of their last 5, under in 11 of their last 13 against the Reds, and under in 6 of the last 7 when playing at home against those same Reds. LJ, take us away.
Yes, sir. I was gonna take the money line minus 102 for the Reds, but I chose to play it another way. I just took the team total over 4.5 minus 105. The Royals, one of the worst teams in the major leagues. They lost 6 in a row. They've lost 20 out of their last 25 games, and they've lost 7 out of the last 9 games to the run line. Not to mention, they're 1-11 on the run line as a home favorite, which is worse than the MLB. So we're trying to figure out how are the Royals a home favorite today, considering the record
I
that
have
they have.
no
Very
clue.
interesting. So,
Very.
but hey, if it's a trap, I'm falling for the trap. You know what I'm saying? The Reds are 7-2 in their last 9 road games, won 5 out of their last 7 games overall, averaging 5.5 runs in their last 6 games. So that's one of the reasons why I just chose just to stick to the team total because they've been smacking the ball. So for me,
Right.
to not worry about them winning the game. It may be some trickery at the end because both bullpens are shaky enough to give up runs. You see what I'm saying?
That's true.
So I just gonna stick to the fact that the Reds have been smacking the ball, and I just rather take the team total over 4.5 minus 105 is my play.
All right. I get it. Um, I'm essentially kind of right there with you, or I say that I'm with your thought process before you decided to go a
Mm-hmm.
different route. Because I took the Reds, I took them on the money line, and it's less to do with the Reds than it is more to do with how bad that the Royals are.
Mm-hmm.
Because if anything, the Reds can at least hit the fucking ball, like you just said. They're at least batting at let me see, I have it right here, 255 if I'm not mistaken. Yep, 255 with over 300, over 570 hits. The Royals are batting 230. That's terrible. They can't even hit. So yeah, Weaver, he's not the best pitcher, obviously. With his ERA is over 6, but neither is Granky. His ERA is at a 5. So yeah, is there going to be some runs scored? The over should probably be the safest look, if anything. But I like the way the Reds are hitting the ball. I just have no the Royal between the Royals and the A's. I just think those are the two worst teams in baseball. If you can get a line at like 102, uh, even though this is a game they could win, they got a chance to win. They normally don't have any chance to win. But they're just not a good baseball team. I don't even know if those guys care, and it's this early in the season. Baseball's a long season uh, to be not caring at this point in the game. But they're just not good at all. And the Reds have been playing decent lately. Beat the Cardinals 2 out of the 3. Did they beat the Dodgers before that? 2 out of the 3. I think they did, but I know they at least got one. So put me on the Reds. I'll take that on the money line. Um, I think that's all the baseball. Those are all the plays I made. Did you look at that Marlins and Mariners game? I kind of like the Marlins in that
Yeah, I
game.
looked at that one too. I stepped on the first 5 under 4.5 because the Marlins are 23-9 to the under first 5 on the road. Luzardo, he's been pitching well. He's 8-0 at night games on the season, and the Marlins have won 8 out of the last 9 games, and they are 15-3 versus interleague play. So not a bad bet. Also, Seattle is coming off a 8 game road trip, coming back home. So those are
See, I
the
thought
two.
about that too, but the last
Yeah,
trip was in LA. I think they played the Angels, so it's not like they were far from the crib.
yeah, I get it, but that's still a long road trip coming back home. Usually fade those situations, the home team,
You know.
and the Marlins been
One,
playing well.
one more. What do you think about? I was thinking about going D backs. They got Philly tonight.
Hmm.
Both teams are actually playing good baseball right now. So I used our same process when we talk about Seattle. This is a late start for an East Coast team. The game's at
Hmm.
9:40 Eastern time frame. So
Hmm.
we're basically talking about a 10 o'clock start for a Philly team that's on the East Coast. I didn't pull the trigger, but what do you think about it?
Yeah, I would lean a Diamondbacks at home. Um, for the philosophy you say, Philly has to travel, and they have 21 losses to the first 5 on the road, and the Diamondbacks are 13-5 in their last 18 first 5 money lines. So I would look at the Diamondbacks early for the most part, and they are a home dog as well. So I probably wouldn't take the full game, but I
Mhm.
would take Arizona early. Considering Philly, is traveling and they don't do too well on the road first five.
All right, all right, all right. That was that was it. That was all. That was it. That was the only other games I didn't make a. I was questioning, but I didn't necessarily make a play on. You want to go over your baseball plays one last time, and then tell the people where they can find you at?
Yes, sir. I'm on the Rangers first five over 5.5. I'm on the full game two over 9.5. I'm on Corey Seager's over 1.5 bases plus 120. And I'm on the Reds team total over 4.5. Is my four plays for baseball, official plays, for the show. And of course, the NBA Finals, Denver first half -5. And we looking for Jokic to raise that MVP tonight, get the championship, and he goes out with a triple double, plus 100, and of course over 12.5 rebounds because he will be on the boards, controlling the paint, and I don't see the Heat doing anything to push a game 6, sir. I'm sorry. I think it's over tonight.
Yeah, I hate to agree with you on the it being over tonight, but I agree with you. It's probably over tonight. For myself, baseball wise, I'm on the Reds, the money line there. I'm also on the money line for the Rangers, and those are the only two plays I have. Money line for the Rangers, money line for the Mariners. Nope, it wasn't the Mariners. Money line for the Rangers and money line for the excuse me. And for sure, you can always find your boy right here because this is Brothers and Bets. And like yesterday, even though we didn't do a show, but I did some betting.
Yeah.
Know that. Yeah, the Sparks cost me. So we had some back up yesterday. But today, I'm B100. Excuse me. Hold on. I almost fucked up the whole thing. Today's hoodoo play of the day is Nuggets first quarter -3. It's too much hoodoo in that building. It's too much energy. Two cars go be pumped. The minute somebody knocks down a three or a big dunk or a big momentum play happens where they take the lead, I don't know. This could get ugly early. The Heat are known to come back late, but I think both games in Denver, even the second game, they lost that first quarter. Because I know the game they won, they didn't come back to the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm. Do we get a Michael Porter Jr. signing tonight at home?
Man, I'm not a big Mike. I'm not gonna say I'm not a big Michael Porter fan, but he's just so inconsistent to me,
especially in this series.
I think that he doesn't. If he's not shooting good, like I don't know his purpose.
Yeah,
because it's not like he don't rebound good. He doesn't average a bunch of assists, and he's terrible on defense.
Yeah.
But he's 6'10".
Yeah.
So it's like, shit, you don't do nothing but shoot.
Yeah. Maybe he has to feed off the run. They got to go on a big run, and he's just contributing, coming down the court, hitting a couple of threes, to extend the lead. Is his role to extend the lead, not to start a lead.
He damn sure ain't gonna do that. Yeah, god damn. But when he's on, he looks damn good.
Yeah,
he can run, jump, shoot, dribble. I mean, like he can do everything. He just doesn't do it consistently enough.
We'll see. Hopefully, you show up tonight.
I think Aaron Gordon is a problem for them. So I think he keeps showing up because they don't have a guy that's.
Yeah, he's a mismatch problem.
Bully. Jimmy won't let him bully him, but you got to Jimmy's the only one that can slow down Murray. Gabe Vincent got to get more aggressive. He's not aggressive enough. He's get more aggressive. But yeah. So who do we play today? Nuggets. Third quarter. And like tomorrow on MLB this way. We're gonna smack the ass up too. But you already know what it is, man. Let's beat Vegas. We out this motherfucker.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look.